The Enough is Enough campaign is fighting the rising cost of living and is continuing to gather pace. And that's something North West Durham MP Richard Holden learnt firsthand this week.
I think they're trying to make a political statement.
I'm trying. Starving people is a political statement.
No, I
and
agree.
I'd like to hear you say that you are committed to urging your government to impose a free.
No, I want to go more than that. I've already told you I want to go more than that. I think what the danger at the moment...
But you've also talked about £400 here and £300 there.
Absolutely.
And I know the prospective Premier, Liz Truss, has talked about a 5% reduction in VAT, which is as much use as a chocolate tea. This campaign is about thousands of people in this country who've had enough. They've had enough, and they need a decent share. And that's all I'm asking, and I'm sorry that you don't approve of it. And I think it's very, very remiss of you to try and screw it up.
No, I didn't.
But thank you for your time. I know it's very valuable. Thank you.
I can understand why you're making a political statement.
Do you? Why is that?
I do understand.
Why is that?
I do understand.
Why is that?
Because what you've decided is that the current plan by the opposition is enough for people. I disagree. I don't think.
No, I haven't. No, I haven't.
Because that's exactly what you suggested so far.
No, I've asked that you do the same as France. I'm not talking about the opposition. I'm talking about France, Spain, other countries who've imposed. They've put a freeze on it now so that people don't get into thousands of debt. I've got a sister who's 80% hearing loss. She can't get out of her flat. She's not mobile. She can't afford. She can't even go down to the library or sit in a cafe to keep warm. And she's worried stupid about it. I'm not, because I'm fit enough to go to Durham jail, and I'll sit in there rather than freezing my own home.
I mean, what was so telling about that clip was the extent to which the classic Tory response when you complain to them about the damage their policies do, it just doesn't work anymore. I don't think anyone watching that will be convinced by that line from the Tory MP. I can see you've got a political line to put forward. Because what that woman was saying are things that, basically 95% of the public agree with. There is an overwhelming majority of people in this country who think that energy bills should be capped. I mean, obviously they are capped, but capped at a level which is actually genuinely affordable. And to sort of say, oh, this is just a political ideological dispute you have with me and the Tory party, no one is buying that. And so while obviously you can't, extrapolate from one person speaking to a Tory MP and it being filmed, that could happen about any number of issues. I think what's so telling about that video is how none of the responses that guy had worked. And that's the real problem the Conservatives have at this point. And it's also actually, to be fair to them, that's a real success of the Enough is Enough campaign, which is that people have these arguments which they can put forward to an MP, they can put forward to anyone who thinks that we should face £5,000 energy bills. And it doesn't get read as just, oh, this is just the standard lefty ideological blah, 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 blah. Everyone listening to that, or 95% of people listening to that are like, she is exactly right. And that guy is out of touch. And that's, I think, why, Tory MPs should be terrified right now. Aaron, what do you make of that clip? What do you make of that response?
Well, I feel like the Tories are in probably bigger trouble than we sort of understand. I was looking at this amazing poll, Michael. There was one poll from Ipsos, I think in April, May. 2/3 of the public don't think that the Tories will solve or address the cost of living crisis. You can only presume it's gone up since then because, of course, things are now worse. 2/3 of the public. This is really astonishing, Michael. This was in The Independent more recently. Half of Conservative Party members don't think they'll address the cost of living crisis. Half of Conservative members, not voters, not the general public, these 200,000 people who are completely unreflective of the country's attitudes and mores and beliefs and priorities, 50% of them don't think that the Tories will address the cost of living crisis. So it's interesting seeing now Tory politicians, outriders, influencers, commentators having to sort of huff and puff like this. They're running on empty. They're running on fumes. And not even they believe what they're saying. And I think they know they're very close to being found out.